But the 7th place is important because it also gives a very good draw in the Olympic qualification tournament as it happens. First out then is Germany, who started with 3 wins against Brazil, Australia and Denmark, then lost to France and drew with Korea in arguably the toughest of the preliminary groups. In the main round, they beat the Netherlands on the first day, but then lost the next 2 games against Serbia and Norway. They only needed a draw against Norway to be in the semi-final. Instead, they're fighting for 7th place. Sweden come out. They won 4 opening games in the preliminary round here in Park Dome, then lost to Russia to finish runners-up in that group, and then drew with Spain, having been 9 goals down. That was a good result, saved them in the end, beat Romania comfortably, but then lost to Montenegro. They too needed to win that match to go through to the semi-final. So both teams coming here off the back of a match that could have got them to the semi-final and instead left them 4th in their groups and fighting for that last crucial 7th place, although the stakes so much higher for Germany. So time to introduce the teams to the spectators in this 10,000-seat arena. Only 6 players from the team at the World Championships 2 years ago remain. New coach Henk Gröner set about bringing in new players such as right wing Berger, line player Löwenroth and right wing Beren. But experience is still provided by captain and playmaker Naidzina Vicious, although she's struggling with her shooting, just 35% success rate. Line player Bernke, the team's joint top scorer on 35 goals together with left back Bulk. The left back who is still, we forget, just going out of the picture, only 21 years old. Right back Stolo is misfiring though on a 40% shot rate and also picked up a bit of an injury in their last match. But goalkeeper Eckerle is on fine form with a 37% save rate, the 5th best in the competition. So the Dutchman in charge of the German team, their new coach Henk Gröner took over last year. He was in charge of the Dutch team between 2009 and 2016, 4th place at the Olympic Games in Rio. So for Sweden, goalkeeper Bunsen is missing. She's expecting a baby in March. Captain Jakobsen picked up a knee injury a few weeks back and is out. So playmaker Stromberg takes over the captaincy. But it's Gulden, only just back after giving birth to her son and not fully match fit, who's been the driving force. She's played increasingly long spells in this competition as the competition's gone on. But she did run out of steam against Montenegro. Left back Roberts has blown hot and cold, but Messing has provided cover. But they do have a problem at right back where Blomstrand, there is Gulden incidentally. Right back Blomstrand's really misfiring at the right back. Newcomer Lindqvist faring a little bit better. Tends to pick up in that role. And goal Idén has a 33% save rate. So that is their lineup. Henrik Signell, the coach since 2016, also coached as Swedish champion Sävehof. The rest of the staff being introduced. Referees, hugely experienced pairing from Spain, Andreu Marin and Ignacio Garcia. They refereed the semi-final of the World Championships 2 years ago when France beat the Netherlands, and also the final of the World Championships in 2013 when Brazil beat Serbia. That was a historic occasion. Also did the 2012 Euro final. So the officials being introduced at the back. Top table is Stella Vartanyan, the IHF official. She will be the main person in charge. Should there be any contentious issues in the game. So with all the introductions made, it's now time for the national anthems. National anthem of Germany. Germany first. School children in the audience enjoying that, many of them bringing German flags with them. And now the national anthem of Sweden. And it seems the Swedes have their young fans as well. Teams have met 42 times, Germany winning 30, Sweden 9 and 3 draws. The last meeting, a friendly in March 2017, Sweden won. The last official meeting at Euro 2016 was won by Germany, 28-22 in Sweden. But the only meeting in a World Championship of recent times goes back 12 years to France. 2007, Germany won 33-27. The Swedes in the intervening period have won a couple of their matches at Euros. So for Germany, well, right back Stoller picked up an ankle injury against Norway. She'll be checked in the warm-up, so we'll see whether she plays. Otherwise, Weigl will start with Naidzanavicius and Bolk at the back. Löhnroth, Berg on the wing, Benke on the line, and Eckerle in goal. Henk Gröner, then the new coach, took over last year from Biegler. We'll be hoping for a big result here. For Sweden, with Brulmstrand struggling at right back, Lindqvist should start, with Gulden and Messing at the back, Hagman and Melgaard on the wings, Lagerqvist on the line, and Idén in goal. So Henrik Signell, who has the slight safety that even if they lose this match, they can still go through. Emily Bolk will be so key, the German left back. 35 goals, 56% success rate, and 26 assists. But Lynn Blom on the other side, an 86% success rate for her 36 goals, and 8 fast breaks in amongst that for the line player. So we're just about ready for this crucial game. So Sweden throw off this 7th place playoff at the Women's Handball World Championships, playing from left to right against Germany in the all-black strip. Paul Bray here with you for this game. Absolutely crucial game for Germany. They must win this to go into the Olympic qualification tournament. Otherwise, the Olympics are gone for them. For Sweden, well, first mistake by Lindqvist, that problem position for them. Sweden have the advantage that they can still qualify if they lose here because of their finishing in a high position at the European Championships last year. They'd sneak in that way. But the 7th place, hugely advantageous because it puts you in an easier group as well, as luck would have it, on the rankings anyway, with Senegal, Argentina, and the silver medalists from this championship. All the other groupings will have at least 3 European teams, all ranked high. So, underway we are, and the good news for Germany is that Stoller has started. She's in at right back. Naidzanavicius, who's had a real struggle in this competition with her shooting. And both opening shots go wide, Lindqvist. And it's end-to-end here. So Bolk, Naidzanavicius, Stoller, Benke on the line. On the far side, we've got Berger on the wing. And near side, Löhnroth. Bolk fouled and comes back, the German number 20, who's Mother Andrea, won gold with Germany at the 1993 World Championships. She racked up 208 internationals for Germany. Bolk would love to have followed in her footsteps, but that sadly slipped away in that last match. And the opening goal, as if to prove her fitness, Stoller. Nice long-range effort. 21st goal. She too, though, like Naidzinovic, is struggling, only on a 40% success rate. Even for a back player, that's way down. Bulk nearer the mark with 56%. So Gulden, Lindqvist as expected, Messing. The wingers are staying very, very deep at the moment. Free throw. Germany, who lost that last crucial game against Norway, 29-32. A match they only needed to draw to get into the semi-final. Messing scoring there to level things up for Sweden. But Germany may look back more so on the defeat to Serbia, 28-29, when they looked to have their chances. And that match slipped away from them. That may have been the more costly one in the end. Little skip that really threw her, looking for the line, and then suddenly found she had nowhere to go and only one step left. Ooh, a hard shot, but that goes well wide by Messing. Messing, who plays a club handball in Germany for Thüringen. That's come off a defender. Messing up against Schmelzer, Stoller, Bulk and Grossman. Two of them on court at the moment. Bulk and Stoller, left and right back. Friendship aside for just 60 minutes while they get this match sorted out. Germans so nervous coming in to the arena here, the officials. That's gone straight over the top of Idén. 2-1, a real feel of a final in this match that's so important. Yellow card. It looks as if Schocker, right up in the corner. Stoller started strongly, well, having had a bit of a lackluster championship so far. She's made the perfect answer, but that's gone in, courtesy of Lindblom. That amazing 86% success rate. Oh, well, she's piling them on. Stoller. Three from three. It's one of those where the coach said, "Are you sure you're going to be okay with your ankle?" And say, "Well, just watch me." So Schocker is coming on in defense, number 18, Bayer Leverkusen playmaker. She has been used predominantly in that role. Gulden looks for the line. Gulden has put in a huge work rate at this championship. Only just resumed playing with her new club, Brest, in France. Having moved there for CSM Bucharest, gave birth in July to her son Lias. And only really played about 10 minutes in each of her 3 games with the club. Passive plays being called now for Sweden. Got to find a solution. Takes too long in the end. Lowenroth is away, no one's near her. Cuts to the middle. Oh, save he did. First save of the game from 4 shots, and a chance goes begging for Germany. Chances that may well come back to haunt them later. Hagman, Lindqvist, no one there. Gulden had gone in. Lindqvist again into the wing. Hagman, penalty. Defender was moving at the point of contact with Hagman. Player runs in, well, just about, but she was outside the line, but refereeing says you were moving. Well, we just need to decide who's going to take the penalty. In the end, Gulden comes up. No one else to support at the 6-meter line. She scored 16 from 19, but Eckerle has saved 7 at this championship. Not that one. Gulden makes that her 17th penalty of the competition. Najdenovic is coming in on the left now. Free throw. Nicely poised at 3-3 here. Benker drops in. Sweden may be certain to go through to the Olympic qualification tournament. Winning this match is so important because that Group 1, where they'll be put, will be a lot easier than the other two. Ah, that'll help. Najdenovic, the captain, blasts it through. So Lindqvist will switch back with Gulden. "95 kilometers an hour." Look at the reaction on the bench. That's a huge throw. Free throw again. Gulden fouled. Gulden, who now she's started playing with her new club, Brest in France, is actually playing alongside one of her opponents today, Minevskaya. Not on court at the moment. May come on for some penalties. Normally sees action later in the game. Straight down into the wing. Hagman, bit of space. Clips the post, and they're shooting not quite on form. They had a dreadful day in that last decider against Montenegro for their semi-final place. Their shooting stats took an absolute dive. Fairness, the Montenegrin defense was superb that day. Great mobility. Oh, lovely pass by Bulk. Benker, first goal for the line player. He plays for Rostov-Don in Russia. But what a lovely supply from Bulk. Team timeout for Sweden as they struggle with ideas. 5-3 down. Signell just wants to reset things.
Ja, lyssna. Bakåt här, tjejer. En halv meter högre upp när de visar sig trovärdiga i skottet. Och rensa där bakom. Var noggranna i trianglarna också. Man så inte du hamnar uppe i nästa situation. Utan det tar vi efterhand där. Spela nu på... Jag vill ha mittsex på 2-3 eller 1-2 här. Platsbyte, du hamnar i mitten. Spela, dra isär och så kliver du... Kom, fight!
The calm demeanor of Henrik Signell. And here's some of the best moments. So, no change with the players. It's more about resetting the attack. Messing tries again, not quite in there today. 1 from 3, and the long pass down there. Knocked away. Oh, what a pass by Gulden, and what a save! Eckerle, brilliant. The German keeper, 5th best in the competition, with a 37% save rate. That was a 98th save of the competition, Eckerle. Been a real star. Went out to the side, though. It's still with Sweden. No space there for Melgaard. Switch back. German defense not really moving with that. They're waiting for her to come in a bit closer. Messing puts it wide. She'll get a free throw. Stoller fouling her. Ten minutes played then. Germany lead 5-3 in this crucial match. Lindqvist finds a way through. Right back, who plays for H65 her. Lovely little windmill, and then breaks through to the center. Eckerle could do nothing about that. Second line play going in. Lowenroth. Bulk. Nice and a vicious. Stoller. Oh! Stoller. She can do no wrong. 4 from 4. And having come in with only a 40% success rate, she's here to make a point. 23-year-old who plays for Thüringen, 4th in the German Bundesliga at the moment. Gulden, Messing, she's struggling on the other hand with her shooting. Lindqvist in the center, tries to go through, feeds it back. The follow-in was too slow and the block advantage is gone. Passive play's been called against them. Save! Eckerle again, brilliant save. Lovely pass, Lowenroth, and she finishes it off. Brilliantly played, and all started by Eckerle with another fine save. She really has been so key to Germany, the goalkeeper, serving out to the wingers, Lowenroth and Berger. 3-goal lead, a little bit of daylight opening. It's early days though. 12 minutes played. Not a great effort as the captain Stromberg comes into the attack for Sweden. Took over the captain's armband after Jakobsson's injury a few weeks back. That's too many steps, took off, and then had no options. Long pass to the wing, Melogor tries to pass across to Hagman and throws it out. It's getting a bit scrappy out there for Sweden. Already their 4th turnover. And their shooting statistics, they came in with 60%, are down on 36% at the moment. Shades of their last match against Montenegro. Germany, interestingly, with 54% success rate on their shooting. It's the lowest in the semi-final and the second lowest in the main round. But today, no problem there. And Stoller is putting on a one-woman show out there. 5 from 5. Stromberg comes back on again. Lindqvist. Change needed at the back, and on comes Jamina Roberts. 29-year-old in a 4th World Championship. Plays for Randers in Denmark. In fact, 12 of the Swedish team play their club handball in Denmark. Stromberg looks for the line. It's too well covered. Very well blocked by Schock, who's standing right in front of the line and putting off the pass all the time and forcing the Swedish players to cut away and look for other options. And that's where they hope to take the interceptions off them. Stromberg again nearly getting stuck. Passive play. 6 passes. Melogor, yes, this time. 23-year-old. Quick response by Germany, but that time it's blocked. No chance for Lowenroth to come around from the wing. It's breathless out there. Exhausting time. Stolen unfairly, say the referees. A pull on the arm. Idén, who's on 2 saves from 10. The other goalkeeper, playing in her first World Championship, Martina Thorn, on the bench because Johanna Bunsen, the other keeper that might have travelled, is expecting a baby in March. That's been their usual choice. Ah, the rebound falls kindly and Blum blasts it away. 2 from 2 for her. She's had a great championship. Slowly then they're closing the gap back. The 4-goal lead dwindles. Eckerle frustrated. So change in the center for Germany. On comes Alina Greisels, plays for Dortmund. Currently topping the German Bundesliga. Got a bit of a run in her, but can also go for some reckless shots at times. Well, that's one of them. It goes way, way over the top. 23-year-old playing in her first World Championship, but she was at the Europeans last year. Anxious times for both the coaches. A tad more so for Henk Groene, who has no joker in his pocket with the European Championships to get him back in. Poor pass again, it's too high. Really is scrappy, the play for Sweden at the moment. They can't quite get it. That's good. The captain, Stromberg, first goal. "26-year-old, who's now played over 80 games for Sweden. Slowly but surely, with a 3-0 turnaround, Sweden are back in this. Bulk always puts in a huge work rate. Bristles, but no way through there, just a 1-goal lead. Crowd are really enjoying this. It's going to be a free throw, the foul on Stoller. Stoller, who scored 37 goals for Thüringen this season. First save off a shot by Stoller for Idén, and Sweden break. Stoller struggling to get back in this space on that side. Over the line. Turnover, Melagor. When she took the ball, must have had a back foot just off the court. Well spotted. It is. Had a right foot just outside. How unfortunate is that for the 23-year-old who plays for Copenhagen. Weissels, Stoller. Ball fumbled under pressure. Good defending by Melagor. The break is on. Lindqvist into the Blom. Oh, brilliant save. Eckerle. Save number 7. What a performance. Came into this 5th best keeper in the competition with a 37% save rate. She's on 50% here. Blom, who was on an 86% success rate with her shooting. That's her first miss of the game. One of the most dependable Swedes. Bulk. Now Weigel has gone in at right back. Gives Stoller a break. Oh, did well. Berger, the 20-year-old, took the ball, had absolutely no momentum whatsoever. Jumped off both feet and just gave it her best. Bit of spin. 2-goal lead, and that's the first goal for Germany after 5.5 minutes. And Blom makes amends for the last slip-up. Goal number 3. Quick throw-off taken by Germany. This is breathless. And I wonder if Henk Groene turning his bench a bit here. He's trying to wear down the Swedes. Quite a few of their players haven't had long spells on court. But hoping to wear down maybe the starting 7. Bulk comes away empty-handed this time. Anxious looks on the Swedish bench. They want this match. Group 1 in the Olympic qualifiers is a good chance to go through and return to Tokyo. And Blom, 4th goal from 5 shots. That's why she is the most dependable of the Swedes. Eckerle could do nothing. She tried to come forwards quickly and smother it, but she just lobbed her. And it's 9-all with 20 minutes played. 4-goal lead for Germany evaporated. Naidzena-Vicious comes back on again. Greisel's unable to get any momentum. 2 on the line. Weigel at right back. Oh, brilliant play. Good save, he did. Fourth save of the game. Stromberg. Oh, straight through. Eckerle unlucky. And Blomstrand, who's just come on, gets her first goal. Penalty. Fouled in the act of shooting. Weigel. Metzingen, winger. So off the bench comes Minevskaya, who scored 18 from 19 of her penalties at this tournament. Gulden's club teammate at Brest in France against Ideen. And Minevskaya scores. Fans enjoying this as Minevskaya runs off again. Job done for her. Well, Ideen swapped legs, offered her one side, then tried to cover it, but just put it in underneath. So Blomstrand, who would have been the starter at the start of the championship at right back, number 22, she's on again. She's really been off the boil with just a 42% success rate. Trying a low shot, it doesn't come off. Trying to release it quickly, but it's intercepted one-handed beautifully. Well played. Lundström, the winger. An important cut there because that was a fast break in the making. So Roberts hasn't quite managed to exert pressure on the game yet, but now she does, and that's the kind of shooting they need. They struggled a bit with long-range shooting, but a few successful efforts will draw the defense out and give a little bit more space again to Blom on the line. So Sweden now edge in front. Oh, unlucky. Roberts tips it out. Referee saying it's a Swedish ball, but a discussion going on. No, you can't have it, Weigel. It is Roberts' ball. Well, let's see. Yeah, last touch. And Weigel knew it as well. She must have known it. That's quite a strong touch on the ball after Roberts deflected it. Important play. Roberts again. Now she fumbles it. Picked up again. Now there's space behind as a defender. Berger is down. Blom drops back in. Oh, straight through. Blomstrand wins the penalty. Little shimmy, cuts towards the middle, defenders inside the area and holding high. So Gulden once more plants it in the top. Second penalty of the game. 30-year-old who's playing a 5th World Championship. Keeper going the wrong way. 6 minutes to go till the half-time break. Sweden, from 4 goals down, have now turned this around and scored an 8-2 run against Germany, who are really struggling here to get the momentum back. That's certainly going to help. Berger, second goal of the game for the Bietigheim winger, moved there from Bayer Leverkusen. They've stolen the ball again. Naidzanavicius comes to collect it as Schocker goes off and Bolt comes back in for the attack. Naidzanavicius tries again. This time there's no space on the wing. Marie Wahl has come on the left wing and she had it covered all the way. So both wingers have now been changed. Hagman about 6 minutes ago by Lundström, and Wahl has now come on the left wing. Free throw. And yellow card for Stromberg, the captain. Occupational hazard, really. Well, cuts back inside. Does well to score. Little push in the back, it seemed. Sweden take a quick throw off. Roberts, penalty and a 2-minute suspension, I suspect. So Roberts goes, and Berger goes to the bench. Lentin pulled the shirt to pull it down to the ground, and Ignacio Garcia was right there to see it. So change of keeper for Germany. Isabel Roche has come in. Makes no difference. Gulden scores a third penalty. Didn't even move. So change on the right-hand side now for Germany. Berend goes in while Berger's serving that suspension. They've taken out their goalkeeper now, put on the right winger. They just need to be mindful that Iden is quite partial to long-range shooting, if she can get a save. Bulk, little handoff. They're getting Eckerle back in goal again now. Naidzanavicius comes off. Stoller is back in. Seems to be walking all right when we watch her on court. Looks for the line. There was no one there. Blom's stolen it. Roberts. Blomstrand back to Roberts again on the other wing. Poor pass to her feet. Nearly intercepted twice. Stromberg got a bit messy out there. But Stromberg ties up, and the Swedish fans and their newly found young supporters enjoying that. Well, twice they nearly lost it, Sweden. Got a big gap down the middle, and Henk Rønner's reaction, I think, says it all. Sweden, who finished in 4th place 2 years ago at the World Championships in Germany. To the line, does well. Defending too hard. And Luisa Schulz, who's coming on the line, wins the penalty, holding the shirt. And inside the area as well, the defender. Take your pick. Blomstrand also a little bit of a push there with the body. Minevskaya. She scores. Second penalty of the game. They are back within one. And this time, Iden went the same way with the leg. Reisels couldn't look. Roberts tries to go back the other way using Blom's block. Now there's a big angle on the wing shot. That's good. First one for Matilda Lundström, only her 5th in the championship. Germany take a quick throw off and make a mess. Oh, good save. No! Eckerle's save bounces off. And Lundström scores 2 goals in about 30 seconds. Roberts puts the ball back down again. Got her hands on it. Bounced over her head. And she's not a happy camper. Team timeout.
Spiel mit Köpfchen, mach jetzt keine Improvisation, irgendwas blödes Spiel, einfach sichere Sachen. Jetzt spielen wir letzten Angriff, guck, 1,5 Minuten. Spielt, einfach mal außen holen und so weiter. Und dann spielen wir einlaufen außen, Mismatch mit Smo hier auf außen. Ja, aber mit Vorbereitung, Tempo, Druck und dann nichts mehr zurück. Amelie kommt für Jenny wieder.
Jobba klart med det. Anta inte att de gör något annat. Framåt här, jättebra spelval. Fortsätt sista anfallet här.
Samma igen. 3-2-1!
So a 3-goal lead opening up, despite the best endeavours of Eckerle, who's made 7 saves in the match so far, the German keeper. Big game, but still they trail. So Germany resume here. They want to try and close this gap going into the half-time break. 1 minute to go in the first half. Berg fumbles the ball, drops on her foot. The break is on. Idén charging down. She's past the halfway line. Stromberg defending inside the area. It's a penalty. And we've got a player down. Stromberg celebrates, but she's left Paul Löhnroth down and out. Just got a hand on the follow-through. The elbow, I think they've caught her. Gulden. And scores again. 4 from 4 at the 7-meter line. It's a 4-goal lead for Sweden in this crucial game. Germany have 30 seconds until the half-time break. Maybe get the last word at least and close that gap slightly. Make their work marginally less complicated in the second half. Stoller, who after those opening goals has been a little quiet, no luck there. And there's time for Sweden, 10 seconds. Roberts, straight through. Oh, disaster for Germany. Well, it couldn't have been worse if they tried, and there goes the buzzer. And they have conceded a flurry of goals in the last 3 minutes. 4 goals in 3 minutes. And at the half-time break, as we see this, not quite buzzer-beating, a little push, but she shot across. Idén celebrates off that quick throw-out. It was well played. So at half-time, then Sweden 18, Germany 13. What a terrible last 4 minutes for Germany, who've given themselves a mountain to climb here against Sweden in this crucial match. 58% of the attacks working and the shooting, which actually is slightly below par for Sweden, but it's better than Germany. 42% of their attacks only, 50% they're shooting, and yet it has started so well. Fast breaks, well, they've been a little bit wasteful on both sides. 4 penalties Sweden, 2 for Germany, and the turnovers 8 for Germany, and they've racked them up at the end there. 5 for Sweden, just the 1 suspension so far for Germany. So top scorers Blum and Gulden with her 4 penalties for the Swedes, while Stoller scored 5 from 5, but has since gone a little bit off the boil, just can't find a way through. Host of other players on 2s and 1s. So for Germany, well, it's been down the middle then, some good long-range shooting by Stoller. But on the right wing, a margin of success early on with Berger. Nothing on the left-hand side at the moment, but then again, Bulk tends to come down towards the middle when she's looking for action in the line. For Sweden, they've missed 2 fast breaks, but all 4 penalties going in for Gulden. Again, breaking down the middle, that's working well for them. A couple of goals so far in the game. Melgård, one of them only, and then full success at point-blank range. Now, the Swedes at the bottom started a little slowly. The Germans took the initiative. They had a 4-goal lead, then Sweden hit back. But you can see that flurry, that last 4 minutes, and that could prove absolutely crucial. 4 goals, 4 minutes, and Germany now very much on the back foot in this key playoff for their Olympic hopes. So at half-time, it's 18-3 to Sweden. We'll take a break as well. Join us again for the second half. We'll see you then.
takten är väldigt, väldigt tydlig. Så har vi möjlighet att hålla i bollen lite längre så gör vi det. Vi hoppar ju väldigt, eller går ju väldigt ofta i riktning mot 10 på väg. Janinas skott ut.
Sverige!
So welcome back to the Park Dome in Kumamoto, Japan, and half-time in this 7th place playoff at the Women's Handball World Championships. And at the break, courtesy of 4 goals in the last 4 minutes of the first half, Sweden are leading Germany 18-13. A disastrous closing stages. Dr. Hassan Mustafa, president of the International Handball Federation, in the audience here, will have seen Germany make a very good start and move to an 8-4 lead, but then lost their way. The Swedish defense has tightened up. There's a little bit more depth to it. And Bulk is finding no way through at left back, or at least is struggling to find her way there. And on the right back position, where Stoller started very well at the beginning, she's now struggling with the depth of the defense, but isn't moving the ball quickly enough back to left back, where there might be chances. Many things to fix. Let's see if they've done it. Germany then throw off this 7th place playoff, the Women's Handball World Championships, trailing 13-18 against Sweden. Germany must win this match to go through to the Olympic qualification tournament. Sweden can afford to lose it. They would still go through because of their ranking at last year's European Championship. Mind you, if they win, the country that'll be most happy will be Hungary, who would be moving up on that European ranking and get that place instead. So, we started again with the lineup from the beginning. First shot by Bulk is blocked. Lovely throw out by Idén. Hammered away by Melogor. 23-year-old. And let's have a look and see, did she run in? She did. She was feet inside, no goal. And Signell suddenly realizes, nope, penalty though. Idén started it all. So Roche comes in, she's faced one without success. Gulden has scored all 4 of them so far. Jumps very early, Roche, gifted that one. Gulden very happy to slot it in underneath. And the gap grows to 6. Exactly what the Germans didn't want. They needed a good run early here. Free throw only for Stoller. He came in with a bit of an ankle injury from their last game against Norway. Was checked during the warm-up and said she was fit. Well, it's good they did, because she scored 5 of their goals, but 5 from 7 now, having been on 5 from 5 early on. The Swedish defense has changed a lot. It's a little bit more mobile now, a bit more depth. Now into the wing, Lowenroth. And even when they get the chances, they're wasting them. That was a big angle for Lowenroth. Back comes Sweden. Roberts, oh, straight in. And it's all gone terribly wrong. They've now conceded 6 goals without reply either side of the half-time break, the Germans. Both these teams went into their final main round matches. Germany against Norway, Sweden against Montenegro, needing to get a result. Germany had to win. Sweden also needing that win in their match, and both lost those matches. And so instead of being in the semi-final, they are battling here, in Germany's case, for their Olympic life. Ball to the line, well covered this time, better defense. Eckerle looks out. She made 7 saves, but unfortunately they've racked them up the back end of the first half. No way through for Nigel Vicious. Solid defending by the Swedes. Change will be made again. Lowenroth has gone off. And in comes Grossmann on the left wing. 29-year-old, plays for Thüringen. Turnover again, and nothing is going right for the Germans at the moment. Stromberg. That's gone to the side. I think Eckerle may have got a touch on it. Stromberg races back. Germans who played a much too rushed in the last 4 minutes of the first half. And it's like a rugby scrum down there. Someone find the ball, will you? And fumble by Stoller. Luckily, she picked up the rebound. Meanwhile, team timeout for Germany.
Okay, pass auf. Scheni kommt für Kim. Maike spielt Angriff am Kreis. Jule spielt Abwehr. Aggressiver bleiben hier, wenn sie kommen. Kontakt bei 9 Meter und immer Tempo nach vorne. Immer Tempo nach vorne. Und im Angriff, Scheni organisiert, spiel die Sachen, die wir spielen wollen. Das lange Kreuzen, einfaches Kreuzen, leeres Kreuzen.
Onödigt överspel till Karin, och så har vi en ny situation där.
Kim, du ser jättetrött och står på knäna, så gå på henne. Hon orkar inte hem.
Disciplin i andra fasen.
Sverige! Nästa gång
Well, Iden has been a nightmare for the Germans here. 7 saves after a slow start. She's picking them off at the moment. Goalkeeper plays for Silkeborg in Denmark. So at the centre, Minevskaya, who only came on for 2 penalties in the first half, joins the attack. And that's intercepted. Well, that was a very, very lucky break, because Berger came out like a bullet and just managed to get the loose ball. Not exactly what Minevskaya wanted, having just come on, teeing things up rather awkwardly, and a bit of resin's got stuck on the ground. And it's been collected up on the ball. Waste not, want not. And play resumes. Stoller. Minevskaya shifts left. Bulk, who's not really been able to have as much of an influence as she has in the competition so far. Good save, but it goes out to the side. Minevskaya runs to collect the ball. And so far, the Germans making absolutely no inroads on the Swedes. 5 minutes into the second half. The gap has grown by another 2 goals here. That's what they need. Stoller, goal number 6. Two in there. Minevskaya helping to put the block on. 85 kilometers an hour. Still short of the captain Naidzinavich's first half shot that hit 95 kilometers an hour. Stromberg, Roberts. Swedes looking a lot more serene at the back now, as you'd expect. Certainly helps, and you got a 6-goal lead. Looking for the line. That wasn't a great effort. And the ball falls on one of the German defenders' foot. Minevskaya, maybe. Stoller, who's not defending. Roberts passive play now has been called against them. Stromberg. Oh dear. Third goal for the captain. But she's just passed her 100 international goals in this match, Stromberg. That helps though. It's taken 6.5 minutes for to get their first goal of the second half. Courtesy of Schmelzer, her first. Eckerle looks for a quick pass out. Minevskaya. Got to be careful though, they were rushing the play in the last 4 minutes of the first half. You'd have thought it was the end of the match. And in that rush, made mistake after mistake to gift the ball to the Swedes. In fact, 2 of the goals came within 30 seconds. So Stoller back on again. With her ankle injury being spared defensive duties. Gets clattered into there by Lagerqvist. Takes no prisoners. 26-year-old who plays for Nykøbing in Denmark. Tough defender. Minevskaya. That will help. First open play goal for her. Her third overall with those 2 penalties earlier. Still 5 behind. Big gap. Straight through. And today, Lindqvist coming through with the goods. Second goal for her. Blomstrand got just 12 minutes to play on court. Well, it has been a championship full of surprises. Germany, of course, coming out of arguably the toughest group with defending champions France and including themselves 4 former world champions all in one group. Free throw. No way through there. Hefty shove there once again by Lagerqvist. She is uncompromising in her defense, like hitting a brick wall. Rolls off the defender, attacking foul against Stoller. Roberts, Iden moves up the court. Bit of pace here, Roberts comes in. Charging through. Whistle's already gone. She gets a free throw only. She's saying her arm was taken. Well, the arm and the shirt for that matter. The question is, though, after she got hit the first time, had she already taken 3 steps? Which is probably more the point. Stromberg then. Been on court 13 minutes. Well, that sorts things out for Roberts. And the German defense, I'm afraid, isn't holding water at all here. And they are running out of ideas, taking long-range shots, and Iden is soaking them up. 9th save of the game. And Gröner's trying to say, take your time, build it up. There's an element of panic about the German play at the moment. Sweden, despite already knowing that they were through to the Olympic qualifying tournament, desperate for that Group 1 spot, which they get if they can finish 7th. Iden again. Rossmann comes away empty-handed. Only a second fast break miss, and that's 10 saves now for Iden. They've had their chances, Germany. Shooting stats are heading south very fast for them, 48%. They did come into this match with the second lowest from the main round at 54%. Lowest in all the semi-finalists. Stromberg, though, is having no problems today. That's 4 goals. The attacks are so short. So during that last attack, Germans have changed their goalkeeper. Minevskaya shoots around, but covered all the way, and Hangreuner, they're not listening. He's trying to slow them down, but they're just shooting straight away. Isabelle Roche has now gone in goal for Germany. Well, makes a good save, point blank from Jamina Roberts. 29-year-old goalkeeper, plays for Dortmund. Stoller, Minevskaya. Bulk is finding that the defense is a long way up in front of her. And takes a blow on the way as Weigel looks on. Lagerqvist again. She is truly one tough defender. Holding up the center at the moment with Blum. Into the line, complete misconnection. Quick ball out. That's intercepted comfortably by Grossmann. Back come Germany. 8 goals down. 18 minutes to play. It's a tall order. And again, shot down the middle by Berger. And he did. Save number 11. Goalkeeper from Silkeborg in her 3rd World Championship. And it's hard to see how Germany can find a way back from this. They've had numerous turnovers, technical mistakes. They're rushing the attack. Defensively, they keep on dropping back in front of the Swedes, which is allowing Stromberg and Roberts to let rip with some good shots. Helped back on her feet by Schmelzer. Malagor. It all started so well for Germany. Good play and good save. Well, Isabelle Roche with 2 back-to-back saves. Minevskaya waits in the center. Bulk, who's not been so influential today, tries to go around. No way there. Well, Hungary will be delighted if Sweden hang on to win here. The Swedes will go through with their 7th place at these World Championships, and Hungary will move up in the Euro ranking to take that last spot. Looking for the line, intercepted, and everything is going wrong for them. Malagor getting the ball. Stromberg races down the middle, gets it back. Penalty, defending inside the area, and a 2-minute suspension. Minevskaya. It's all gone terribly wrong. Shove in the back by Minevskaya. She comes around, bundles her into Schmelzer. So Gulden scored 5 from 5. Make that 6 from 6. Their new fans are enjoying it. She goes straight off again. Great play. Gulden, what a star player she is in her 5th World Championship. She's passed the 800 goal mark for Sweden, but so much has been their command of this match that Gulden has only been required to play 8 minutes so far. Started off, they quickly got in control. It's empty in goal. Why are they waiting all that way? Roche racing in. The mistake meant that they were taken by surprise, the Germans. Here's Roche racing in. She wasn't a million miles away, but she was well short of it. Blum's 5th from 7. Again, the Germans are now taking out their goalkeeper while that suspension is being served. Naidzanavicius, Stoller and Bulk. It's the starting lineup again at the back. Looks to the line. Not even sure he didn't touch it. And Benke with a 76% success rate comes away empty-handed. 10-goal lead, surely no way back now for Germany. Their Olympic dream appears to be going up in smoke here. Roberts. Into the line, good play. Penalty, push in the back. And Benke walks away quietly. She's just glad to get away with the penalty, not a individual sanction. There's the shove. So Gulden again takes off the tracksuit, comes on court and scores. Déjà vu. Swedish fans are happy. Suspension served out. And they're going to attack 7 against 6, see if that works now. Benke and Schmelzer on the line. They've got to throw caution to the wind, frankly, here. They are so far behind. It is so hard to see a way back for them. Just 3 goals in 17 minutes for the Germans. Conceded 9 in the second half. Into the wing. And that will help, but I'm afraid it's just a little nick on the Swedes, who still lead by 10. Germans who did so well, they beat the Danes in the main round, lost to France but held the Koreans, who were the eventual group winners in that Group B, as the Swedes press home their advantage. Back they go, 7 against 6, no goalkeeper. Bulk. Standing shot this time, didn't have a body turn. And the 7 against 6 causes yet another open goal shot. And that's number 5 in the competition. And rather glum faces on the German bench. I did say in the first half that he then is not afraid of these long shots. A lot of goalkeepers will move it out to a court player, not her. 5 in the competition. Well, they're coming. Too few and far between, I'm afraid, the goals. Lucky break for them as they try to take the quick throw. Doesn't always work. Line players out and drops back in again. It's 7 against 6 again. No goalkeeper. Bulk. Well, that's great. I haven't seen it enough, but it's good. 2 from 6 for Bulk. He's had a bit of an off day. Even with her assists, she's had 26 in the competition, just 1 here today. And a team timeout for Sweden, their second. So far, so good for them, with just over 10 minutes remaining.
Ja, Foppa spelar båda vägen, Anna bakåt. Melissa Karin byter. Matilda Hagge.
5-1.
Ja, precis. 5-1 spelar de. Om de fortsätter med det. Börja med att ställa, spela ganska enkelt, rakt. Och så ger vi en god pass. I andra hand så kör vi bonus där du går 2 insida. Ligg där. Kom igen!
Well,
Så hoppar vi 100 i alla lägen. 3-2-1 Sverige!
so the calm manner of Henrik Signell. For the Germans, a big rah-rah, but I'm afraid in their heads they're not quite there. This is slipping away from them. Hengrunner knows it. With about 10.5 minutes remaining and a 10-goal deficit, the Swedes are not going to let that go. They've switched to a 5-1 defense. Back to 5:01. They're individually marking Petren, who's only just come on to play. Though she has got a big shot on her. Messing has come back in, turning things around a little bit here. Geisel straight through. Nothing given. Ball's gone out to the side. It's off the keeper. And she's hobbling a bit, Geisels. Long-range effort there. Comfortably saved by Idén. He gets... well, she had a bit of an altercation with Grossman. Let's see it again. Makes the save. The ball goes out. Well, she's shouting at the player. The referees have sent her off because she rolled the ball inside the area away from the goalkeeper. She may well have felt, well, is that unsporting conduct by her? But the referees actually see it as a call against Idén. So Martina Thorn, who plays for Aarhus in Denmark, has gone in goal. She's playing in her first World Championship in the absence of Johanna Bunsen, who's expecting a baby in March. And so power play for the Germans. And they're pushing up two players now quite deep in the defense, trying to steal the ball because time is really, really against them. They've got to make this 2-minute suspension work, but the Swedes, they've kept their heads cool in this match, unlike the Germans, especially in that last 4 minutes of the first half. Well, I say that, but Lundström then gives the ball away, and the empty goal beckons. Well, that was a giveaway. Thorn's come straight back off again. Second goal for the captain. Messing. Petren, who came on and did very well against Montenegro, but came on a bit too late, probably to have a bearing on the game. As Forsberg scores, only a 6th goal of the championship. She's only played about an hour and a half in the entire competition. Still 30 seconds before they're at full strength. Geisels straight through. Ah, dearie me. She's had a problem throughout this competition. 39% success rate with her shooting, and everything's going wrong for Henk Gröner. Goalkeeper comes off again, Thorn. Messing is on. Geisels tries to readjust as she comes back a little bit, because otherwise Petren is just waiting deep. Stolen unfairly. May have touched her foot actually on the way. And the clock's been run down. They are back to full strength again. Thorn is back in goal. Seems she's going to stay. Idén has moved down the bench. So Sweden taking the opportunity then to turn the bench. Petren has come on, Forsberg. Well, we have seen some amazing finales. Still remember France winning their first World Championship title against Hungary, scoring 7 goals in 7 minutes. But it's 7 minutes now and 10 goal the gap, although that could be reduced with that penalty being awarded. Geisel's breaking through, and the defenders inside the area and interfering with the shot. So Minievskaya steps up and scores that one too. 3rd penalty scored by her, 4th goal overall. But Sweden are just managing the end of this match quite nicely now. Petren goes in deep. It's accidental off the foot for Grossman. It's a free throw. Messing. It's for the line, doesn't connect. Bosch puts the ball out. The wingers aren't really going with any conviction. Greisel's been hanging back. And a long-range shot by Nadzanavicius is parried away rather comfortably by Martina Thorn as Melegor celebrates on the bench. Well, Hengroner can only put a brave face on now. There's not much else to do. This match is heading south as far as they're concerned, as is their chance of making it to the Olympic qualification tournaments in March. For Sweden, it looks like they've got the group they wanted. And as if to prove the point, Petrén gets her first of the game. 24-year-old who plays for Horsens in Denmark, bottom in the Danish top division, although she's the fourth top scorer with 75 goals, but used sparingly here in Japan. Greisels. It's for the line. Benker didn't move, the ball stolen. The empty goal beckons. And they are coming very easily now. 7 against 6 is all good, but shell-shocked Germans on the bench. Looking for the line, absolutely no one reacted. And the ball passed to Lindqvist. Do you have a go? Well, that's the third goal. The Germans have no choice. They just have to keep going with this now. We're into the last 5 minutes. 7 against 6. That time it works. Too little, too late, sadly. 4.5 minutes to go, especially with the Swedes cancelling the shots out. Petrén again with her second. Oh dear, one of those days. Someone open up the floor, please. 4 minutes to go, and Sweden and Hungary will be celebrating at the end. The Hungarians, beneficiaries of the win on the European ranking, are back into the Olympic tournament. Empty goal again. Roche is ambling on with no great conviction, knowing that all she's got to do really when she gets there is take the ball out of the net. And a few very sad faces on the bench. And Germany, who've had a good tournament, but the defeat to Serbia in the end was the hammer blow for them. And if they had any hope that the Swedes might not give it 100%, given that they were already qualified through the Europeans, well, think again, because the Swedes are desperate for that group in the qualifiers. Good save, and Martina Thorn picks up with Eden, finished 14 saves for Eden, 2 now for Thorn. Ekeler's statistics went south. 7 from 28 in the end after starting so strongly. But then her defense wasn't particularly helping as Blomstrand comes back into the attack for Sweden at right back. Ross, for her part, 3 saves from 14. Oh, a rare mistake. Messing not quite keeping her eye on the ball. 2.5 minutes to go. Minevskaya. Well, some venom in that, taking out some frustration. Shock with her first, and only her second in the competition. And as ever, quickly cancelled out at the other end. Forsberg plays for the champion Severhof. Pass into the line, the defense spread out all over the place. They're trying to play deep. Invariably, it means you leave space at the back. But they are playing with no great conviction. Attacking foul, and the empty goal beckons. They don't really need it anymore. Thorn puts the ball down to Petrén. And so Sweden will finish with a flourish. The omens were bad for Germany when they panicked at the end of the first half and conceded 4 goals to go into the break, 18-13 down. And I'm afraid after the break it never picked up. Good defense by Blomstrand, who came out quickly to cover Minevskaya. Germans again go for a 7 against 6 as goalkeeper Roche comes off. Into the last minute. Into the wing. Saved by Roche. And Germany's shooting stats, I'm afraid, not good as a long shot is taken. And Roche can't quite match, Thorn rather, can't quite match Iden. Mixing up the ends, so 15 seconds to go. And it's all over for Germany. The bench are up celebrating at the bottom of the picture. That's a penalty. And by the time they take it, that could well be the end of the game. Sweden have got their place in Group 1 for the Olympic qualification. Germany, well, Minevskaya looks totally disinterested with the penalty. It will be the last action of the game. She scores, but it's all academic. Sweden have beaten Germany 35-24 and ended the Germans' Olympic hopes. Henk Gröner comes away empty-handed on a day when they misfired badly, especially in the second half. Sweden, they are through in the group they wanted for the Olympic qualification. Well, the faces say it all. Germany, so much at stake here. The pressure just seemed to be overbearing. And they played with no great conviction, despite a very good start. They actually managed to get themselves 8-4 up. Some tears flowing on the bench. That Olympic qualification, desperately, desperately wanted. And the coaches, though, and staff hug. Messing has hobbled on, seems she's picked up an ankle injury in the latter stages. So player of the match. So it's Filippa Iden who gets the player of the match. 14 saves and a goal. But that will be nothing compared to them getting that Group 1 at the Olympic qualification. They must feel that they have now a very good chance of coming back to Japan for the Tokyo Olympics. Anna Rapp on the right, who's presenting the award. IHF executive member from Sweden, hence the big smile. So job done. The Swedes emphatic winners, 17-11 the scoreline in the second half. I'm afraid Germany lost their way completely. They were playing very short attacks. They rushed it bulk, could never get into the game. Having played such a good tournament, today she managed just 2 from 6, and Henk Gröner left to reflect on what might have been. But for Henrik Signell, Anna Rapp over there to congratulate him as well. They came in as short of a place, and maybe that took some of the pressure off them. The Germans clearly seem to be feeling it by the bucket load. And so Hungary will be delighted as well, because they will move up and they are back in, having not made it through to the main round. The Germans are beside themselves. For Sweden, one for the album here and for their fans. There was only ever one team in this match after the end of that first half. Sweden, who were here without Captain Jakobsen and Bunsen, goalkeeper, but for some it's just too much to bear. Grijsels in her first World Championship, it wasn't to be. Emily Bulk, whose mother won the World Championship in 1993, had arrived here hoping to emulate her, but in the end not only comes away without being on the podium, but misses out on Olympic qualification as well. Germany, of course, in the toughest group arguably, in the preliminary round. Did it take a lot out of them? Interesting to say that from that group, only Germany made it through into the top 8. They did seem to drain themselves in those early stages of the competition. Sweden in a group with the Democratic Republic of Congo, China, Japan, Argentina. May not have had to push quite so hard. They had Russia, of course, in their final game. Weigel looks again at the scoreboard to see if it was just a mistake earlier, but I'm afraid it isn't. It is a very hefty defeat. You have such sympathy for them. They were 1 match ago playing for a semi-final place, and now 2 days later they are out of the Olympic race. For Sweden then, 62% on their shooting is just above par. 43% for Germany, even though they were low to start with at 54, is well below par, and only 38% of their attacks going in. The Swedes didn't particularly push them on the fast break. They got 3 and just scored the 1, same as the Germans. Turnovers 17 for the Germans, and that proved costly, although the Swedes could afford to have 13 and still ran out winners. And all penalties scored on both sides. Minevskaya and Gulden on target. And Gulden, 7 penalties, make her the top scorer of the match ahead of Stoller, who started very well, 5 from 5, but then went a little off the boil and then got changed out. Minevskaya on 5, and Blum also for the Swedes on 5. So for Germany, 1 fast break, 2 missed. They scored all the penalties, we know, straight down the middle. Otherwise, I'm afraid the wings not getting a huge amount of service. The left-hand side, nothing. The right-hand side, 4, but only 2 going in for Berger. And some long-range shots came in. There were some very good ones. Nigel Navicius, bulk 1, but I'm afraid too few and far between. For the Swedes, 1 fast break, 7 penalties. Again, down the middle, good service on the left-hand side. Melogor there. On the right-hand side, Hagman didn't have a particularly good start to the game, got substituted, and they didn't get a lot of service there. But they just broke through, coming in from the back on both sides, driving into that centre spot or passing to Blum for her 5 goals. So the second half, well, Sweden scored 2 goals. Germany picked up a bit, but then another good run. And for 10 minutes, they shut out the Germans and racked up the goals. And after that, really, the Germans were chasing, but the gap was too big. And a flurry late on was not enough. It's the Swedes who ran out. Comfortable winners. So that's it. The German Olympic dream is over with this 24-35 defeat to Sweden. Sweden have got the group they wanted in the Olympic qualifications and do a favour to Hungary. What a game it's been. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join us again. But for now, from me, Paul Bray, goodbye.